Useful methods of throwable class. Java exceptions and all of its subclasses don't really provide any specific methods. The throwable class includes all of the methods. So you see three useful methods of the throwable class here in the slide. The first one is the getMessage method, and this method returns the string message of the throwable class. And this message can also be provided while creating the exception through its constructor. So this message is null if the exception object is created with no error message. The second one is the toString method, and this method returns a short description of a throwable. And the third one is the printStackTrace method, and this method prints the stack trace information. So are you ready to make some examples with the useful methods of throwable class? I think you are. So in the exception handling project, just right-click on the exception package and select New Class. Specify the class name as throwable method and select the checkbox for main method. And outside the main method, let's declare a static double method divide with two double parameters, x and y. So in this method, we will check the value of the variable y. And if the value of the variable y is 0, we will throw the arithmetic exception by using the throw keyword with no constructor message. Now, if the value of the variable y is not 0, we return x divided by y. Okay, so let's call this method from the main method. And in the main method, we declare a variable d with double type. And we call the divide method with the parameters 5.6 and 0, and then assign this method to variable d. Now let's enclose the code that may throw the exception with a try-catch block. In the catch block, we will handle arithmetic exception. So in this catch block, we'll display the divider cannot be equal to 0 message by using the print method. Okay, so let's run the code. So the catch block handles the exception, and the divider cannot be equal to 0 message is displayed. Excellent. So let's try to use other useful methods of the throwable class in the catch block. The first one is getMessage. So let's write the getMessage method in the print method for testing. Now this method returns the string message of throwable class. In the divide method, we didn't pass any message to the constructor of the arithmetic exception class. So this method returns null. Null is simply a value that indicates that the object reference is not currently referring to an object. So let's run that code, and there's the result. You see the result is null. Now, in order to solve this problem, we'll need to pass a message to the constructor of the arithmetic exception in the divide method. So we pass the arithmetic exception occurred message. And, all right, so let's run the code again. And yeah, there it is. So the arithmetic exception occurred message is right there in the console. Now the second method is the toString method. So let's write the toString method in the print method for testing. And this method returns a short description of the throwable class. So let's run the code. You see the type of exception with its package and its message. And now the last method is the print stack trace. So this method prints the stack trace information and returns nothing. So we cannot use this method within the print method because it is predefined with void. So we will call it directly in the code. All right, so let's run the code again. And there you see the result. This method helps to trace the exception. So by using this method, we can see which method causes the exception in which line number. All right. So on the console screen, if you choose the method that causes the exception, Eclipse automatically selects the line in the code.